Test Invite's question bank is highly flexible and allows you to create folders and tags on the go, without the need for predefinition. Simply enter the name of a new folder or tag and the question bank will automatically create it for you. This gives you the ability to organize your questions as you see fit, in real time, without any limitations or restrictions. You can place a question in a folder by simply writing the folder name, and the question bank will automatically create the folder for you. The same process applies for tags, and you can create and assign tags to questions at any time without predefining them. This method is well suited for small teams or organizations that don't maintain a vast collection of questions, as it eliminates the requirement for time-intensive setup, resulting in a more flexible and spontaneous work environment. However, when collaborating with a larger team or managing a question bank that contains a significant number of questions, having established guidelines can be advantageous. Here is where the question bank schema comes in handy. It assists in organizing and standardizing your question bank, creating a structured and efficient system. In this guide, I will illustrate the benefits of utilizing a schema in regulating my question bank. To access the schema editor, I navigate to my question bank. Click on the menu icon located at the top right corner of the page, and choose Schema from the available options. I turn on the schema by clicking the active toggle. I define several folders by specifying a unique name for each one. Afterwards, I activate them so they become effective. To check our progress, I click on the Save button and go to the question editor. As you can see, when I attempt to move a question into a folder, the system displays the folders I defined in my schema. However, keep in mind that it also shows previously created folders. This is because our schema is not strict on the folder level. If I return to the schema editor and choose the strict folder option, the system will only display the folders defined in the schema. Additionally, if I try to add another folder name, the system won't allow it since our schema is strict on folders, meaning it will only accept folders defined within the schema. The same concept applies to tags as well. For each folder defined in your schema, you can predefine the tags that can be used within the folder, as well as the values that each tag can be assigned. To illustrate this, I go back to the schema editor. I edit the folder named Reading. I'll now add some tag definitions for this specific folder. Firstly, I add a tag named Level and mark it as a required tag for this folder. I define the possible values that can be assigned to this tag as A1 and A2. Finally, I select the string values option to enforce the user to choose one of the given options. Next, I add another tag named Category, which won't be a required tag. I define the possible values as short and long. Unlike the previous tag, I don't choose the strict values option for this tag. Let's see how our changes take effect. I go to the question editor. After selecting the reading folder, the system now prompts me to choose one of the options for the level tag. When I try to add a new tag to the question, category is available as an option, as we defined it. When I select the category tag, the system shows me a list of values that can be assigned to the category tag. I choose one of the values and add the tag. I can still add other tags to the question because we didn't select the strict tags option for the reading folder. Let's make one final edit to our schema with different options. This time, I'll edit the speaking folder definition. I'll define 3 tags for this folder: year, month, and difficulty. I'll select the strict tags option. I'll edit the year tag and specify its possible values as 2022 and 2023. I'll also mark this tag as required and choose the strict values option. Next, I'll add the possible values for the month tag. Finally, I'll configure the difficulty tag. Let's save the schema and head to the question editor to see the impact of our changes. When I select the Speaking folder, I now need to pick one of the offered values for all the tags we have defined within the schema. Excellent. I hope this was a useful introduction that gave you a foundational knowledge of how the question bank schema operates. See you in another tutorial.